Hello YouTube! Welcome back for another UWU weekly recap. I'm going to be guiding you through the latest updates for what we've accomplished on our blind solo cook UWU playthrough. Okay, that's what's currently happening. I'm solo cooking the whole fight. I'm doing it blind, no guides, no help, nothing. Taken through some players that have already killed the boss, some people that haven't. So we're getting a nice full experience. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. But I do have some bad news. Guys, the mustache is gone. Okay, I was rocking a real nasty good mustache for a little while, and it's gone now. So I'm sorry, y'all gonna see some footage today where I do have the mustache, and you know, it's no more. So I apologize. Also, I'm very sick, so apologies for that if I sound kind of nasally and stuff. I probably sound more... Actually, maybe my voice is better now that I'm sick. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me, YouTube. You tell me. But yes, the UWU weekly recap. So I'm just going to have some footage sent here, but then I'm going to show some individual clips of some really cool pinnacle big moments that I've had so far this week. I've got my pen and paper out. I am taking this very seriously. So the biggest thing, so technically I didn't do a recap last week. I just got overrun with stuff, so apologies. But we didn't get too much prog last week, so it's not really the end of the world. The point that we're at right now is we're trying to awaken Titan. That's our main aim. We have done it 0 times. The most amount of stacks of awakening that I've seen, or woke that I've seen on Titan, is 1 stack. Now, I'm pretty damn sure I know how to awaken Titan, but I haven't yet done it. So we're still on this goal of awakening Titan. However, what we're doing in the meantime, what we've been doing in the interim, is perfecting our Garuda and perfecting our Ifrit to give us the highest probability of reaching Titan consistently. Now, I have this in a very key point here. My objective is to kill the boss. My objective is not to see the next phase. Right? Now, what I mean by that is I'm here for us to kill the boss. That's the end goal. It doesn't matter if we see another phase and and we've died 40 times and we've just got 1 tank left alive and we sort of drag ourselves through to see a little bit more of the fight. What matters is that we kill the boss. So I'm trying to wake Garuda consistently, wake Ifrit consistently, etc. So that when it comes to the point that we're hitting in rage or something, or we're really getting down to the last mechanic of the boss, everything is so perfect that we could just get to that stage consistently. Rather than getting a bunch of data and then going, right, how do we put this all together? Now let's start practicing. We're already practicing for the kill. So I think that's a very key point for me right now. And I don't know if it's a strategy that's going to work out or whether it's going to backfire. But we'll see. Right now we're at 180... actually, I don't know how many pulls we're at. We're at almost 200 pulls, I think. Almost 200. Like 190 something. So we're getting close to that 200 pull count. And we haven't gotten past Doom yet. But we're really starting to look a lot cleaner in a lot of these stages of the fight. So a lot of my time this week was actually spent on Ifrit. Garuda's pretty much cooked. Garuda's pretty much fully cooked. I'm pretty sure there's nothing that we could really do differently. People have spoken to me about the original strat, which is the intended strat, which is where you wake Garuda way earlier into the fight rather than waiting for the tethers. But for me, that just doesn't make sense to do because it just seems dumb to do that. You're artificially making it harder for yourselves. There's clearly an easier way to do it, which is to delay for the tether before you give Garuda her full stack. So that's what we're doing because it makes the most sense. Now, what I've been working on is the Ifrit charges based on the it is figuring out how Ifrit does his charge. That's what we've really been trying to execute on. And I have a really good clip maybe I can show you guys. So let me just move some stuff around. Apologies, but let me move some stuff here. So this is the moment of realization that Ifrit's charges are based on the order in which we kill the nails. Now, for those of you that are maybe new to the channel and my cooking, I've been cooking every single piece of content since ARR. I'm currently in Shadowbringers. So I've been solo cooking everything. And apparently, I have a disease where I immediately cook, or very, very, very quickly, I cook the correct strat. And then I gaslight myself into thinking it's wrong. And I do it every single time. I've done it on E8. Apparently, I cooked Light Rampant 2 immediately. On Icelet, on E8. Apparently, I cooked it immediately, and then went, nah, that's wrong. And then went in circles just trying to figure out a different strat. I've done the same thing with Ifrit nails. I've done it so many times, apparently. Apparently, Hello World on O12, I did the exact same thing. So there's, like, so many times where this is something that I do. So I want to just play this clip for you guys, and you guys just be able to listen in on this. So here we go. Let me go Primal Psy, okay? Let me go Icon mode.
Awakened Psy.
Oh,
So,
you know what it could be?
Yeah.
I remember the thing that I thought it was the order in which... Okay, you know what? No, this is a bad cook. I remember thinking that it was the order in which we killed the nails, because it's the same formation as the boss. It's too close, too far. So that one we kill on the right, then we kill on the left, then we kill on the right, then we kill on the left. Okay?
Oh, just wait, it's coming.
On the right, then we kill on the left, then we kill on the right, then we kill on the... The formation was that.
Look at my brain, man. You can look at me. Okay.
Oh no. It's on the right. Then it's on the left. Then it's on the right. Oh no!
I'm gonna cry.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my god. Are we finally free?
So this, apparently, I figured out very quickly into the charges, because I noticed that there were two Ifrits that were very close to each other, and then two that were angled far away. And I thought, oh, maybe it's dependent on when we kill the nails. But I gaslit myself into immediately, even now when I cooked it, I went, nah, this is stupid. Because the reason I'm thinking it's stupid is because, the reason I'm thinking it's stupid is because for that to be the case, right, the nails can spawn randomly around the map. So then I'm thinking, well, then where they spawn on the map is going to keep changing. And when we have to deal with searing winds, and then we have to deal with, like, eruptions, and then where the group's going to be positioned, and then we have to all run, that's going to be too awkward, because then we're going to kill the nails, but we're not going to really be comfortable on where they're going until... And I'm like, nah, I don't think that's going to be it, because it just seems like wrong in some capacity. So I was thinking, nah, it's not, it's, you know, it's not that, it must be something different. So that's why I gaslit myself into thinking it's wrong, but... Now the sort of hard part on this one is figuring out the solution of where we can consistently move, where we're always going to be safe. And where I'm currently at is I believe that what we want to do is kill... We're always going to be starting at 4 marker. And I'm thinking if we kill... This is actually a really perfect clip. This is perfect. If we actually kill this... See this one on the left here where I'm moving my mouse, the blue one on the left? If that one goes first, then we have a large gap. See the angle here is massive, where if this one charges, we can be tucked in on 4 whilst this one charges. Then we can get this this Ifrit on 3 to then charge across there. So we're very safe here. Then we would kill the next one across, so we'd be safe on 4 for 3 out of 4 charges. And as this... third nail is charging, we would already start moving toward it, and then we'd have this 4th and final charge. So, like, I'm thinking if we're killing a nail, if as long as we kill the nails, that we kill a long, then a short. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So that the angle that we're creating is quite large to allow us room to move. That's my sort of current planning. And we need to get sort of like very consistent with that, but that's going to take a little bit of time. But that's my current thought is the solution of this problem. And this is really where the cooking of ultimates is coming into sort of like into its own, is I'm starting to understand how hard an ultimate is just on execution. It's like I know what I want to do, or I know what the problem is, but it's like finding the answer is actually can be hard. So that's what I've been thinking a lot about, is like how we're gonna make this a lot smoother with Ifrit, with the charges. Now another thing that I've been looking at is this is what happened last week. So this is when we were about 130 pulls into the fight, but this was really funny. So there's a there's a thing when you wake any of these bosses that when they die, they drop. Do you see on Ifrit's tail right now? Do you see there's this blue glow? I know Bahamut's covering it a little bit, but see this little like blue shimmery thing? This is the moment in which I realize that's a thing. Okay? There's a long time where I've not been knowing that exists. I haven't been looking at it. But I notice it on this poll. And I can, if anyone's interested, you know, feel free to like comment below on the YouTube video or something. Let me know. But I'll link. In fact, I might even just link to this. But this is 3 hours. Okay, this is 4 hours into a VOD, and we're 135 pulls in, and this is me. I go. I say to myself. I say, what was that animation? See, you can read my lips where I say the tank takes the spell effect. And there's a blue flash. And I notice it, and I go, what was that? And then one of my raiders laughs. And I go, huh, okay. Maybe I need to look at that after this pull then. And so we play through this, you know, things happen, I die, whatever. I go back and I start looking at the VOD, and I look at this 10 times. I replay this 10 times, and it's right there. It's right there, and it takes me so long to notice the glow. That glow, like, circle just sitting there. But I'm noticing the animation of my tank taking it, and I'm going, is that a tank? Like, is that a tank animation? Is that just an ability I've never noticed before? Like, maybe it's a paladin spell, and I just... You know, because I play with different tanks for different content, and maybe it's just, like, an ability. You know, if you're playing something at level 70 or level 80 or level 90, people have different abilities. So I'm like... I don't know, maybe it's just something I've not seen before from a certain tank, but maybe it's just like a paladin spell or something. But I'm like, but I've never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it in any of my time playing. So I was like, maybe it's not a tank ability. Maybe it is. And I'm going back and forth, and I'm watching the clip over and over and over and over again. And I finally realize, like, I finally see it. I finally see it at a certain point. And here we go. You can see I finally pause it and notice it. And it's so funny. Like, it's so obvious now that I look at it. And even before I was prepping for this video, I was making my notes and stuff. And I'm watching myself ignore this thing on screen for ages. And I'm going... I understand what it's like watching someone solo cook these fights, and it's hilarious, but I'm like screaming. I'm like, Psy, it's right there, dude. It's right there. Just look at it. Just look at it, please, Psy. So, really funny. Seeing that was hilarious. I still don't know what to do with it. So I'm still trying to figure out if it's something that needs to be like, maybe we have one tank take one heal. Because it spawns whenever you kill a woke boss. And there's going to be 3 woke bosses, right? There's going to be Garuda, Ifrit, and Titan. Now, I've tried us, like, standing near it, and then one tank soaks, and then see if it has, like, a splash effect. Because it applies a buff. Basically, when you take that soak on the ground, it applies a buff. And I'm like, oh, maybe we need to put it on both tanks. But then we're going to have 3. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's per role. Maybe we have 1 DPS, 1 tank, 1 healer or something. It doesn't stack, apparently. Apparently, it doesn't stack. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what I think that might be, But we're not there yet with it, so I'm giving it more time to figure it out. But we still need to wake Titan, so I'm sure things will come to light. No pun intended. Once we do wake Titan. Now, what's really funny with this mechanic is that I got linked to clip, and maybe it's around about here. Maybe I might see it in the VOD actually. I get linked to clip from apparently way before there were some pulls that we did. And so something that my raiders will do is they will... There's like a spoiler chat in my Discord where people can type spoiler stuff that I won't be able to see. It's only like anyone can go in it, but I can't. And it's so that you guys can figure out like, right, we need Side to notice some of this stuff, but we don't want to outright tell him. Let's try and like die to it. Let's make sure we're dying to it regularly, or you know, whatnot. Like let's try and bring it to his attention without outright telling him, right? So this is the clip. I'm actually just gonna play this clip because this is so funny. It's so good, dude. It's so good. Super quiet, I know. Look at my raider. Look at Denki here. He's jumping up and down, and I say something like "Doi." Look at him just jumping there up and down right next to it, and I don't even look. I don't even acknowledge it. Like, he's jumping up and down right next to it, but in my vision, right, I'm watching him jump up and down, but I don't realize he's trying to bring attention to something. So, because it just looks like the marker, like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of overlaps with the marker. So I'm not really like, I don't know, it's just all shimmery. It's just Final Fantasy is so colorful that I just like, I say something and I'm like, "Doi," and it's now a soundboard clip on my stream because people find it so funny, like me just being like "Doi," and meanwhile there's just this super obvious mechanic like that my raiders and some people got annoyed at Denki. Apparently they were like, in the spoiler channel, they were like, he shouldn't be doing that. He shouldn't be giving information away like that. But I didn't even notice it. And it's so funny now. It's like such a hilarious clip. So I really love that. What else? Okay, so something I've been noticing as well. Quick fire round now. Titan jails have to be like... Dude, they have to be like pinpoint perfect. Let me see if I can get to Titan. Nah, hold on. Maybe we can get to a Titan clip. Dude, these Titan jails have to be like perfect. So we've settled on a system. I figured out a system. It kind of, I don't want to take like full credit for it, but there was something about like, someone said something about like, oh, can you like mark me? You know, can you put a number marker on my head? Something related to the jail. And I was like, oh, what if we have every single player with a marker? Because what I was trying to do before is I was trying to say, right, we want to make like a line with these jails. We want to make a conga line from this meteor to the boss. And we need to make a straight line, and that's how I think we wake Titan. Because he slams and he stands in position, he's just slamming, and I think he'll get up to 4 stacks if he's standing in the shit left by the jail, whenever the jail gets exploded. And I'm finding it is incredibly difficult to do this. Because you have to dodge the lands. Like, you can't have anyone die. Because if you have a jail die... Like, the jail goes on 3 random people. Sometimes it's 2 healers. Sometimes it's 1 tank and a healer and a DPS. Sometimes it's 3 DPS. Like, it's clearly just random. It's not supports or DPS. It's not DPS. It's not, like, always... I don't know. It's just, like... It's just random. It's just random. And I needed some data to suggest that, but like, because it's really hard to determine if something is true random. I think I spoke about this previously, but it's really hard to determine if something is truly random, or if you're just getting Final Fantasy, maybe you just haven't seen a different combination yet, and whatnot. So, it does look truly random, and I was like, okay, we can't assign, I was trying to assign like healers at the back, tank at the front, DPS kind of hover in the middle, but then what if it's 3 DPS, who goes where, what if you're double melee, what if you're double range? It's like, oh, this is also awkward to do. And then I was like, oh, what if we put markers on people's heads and you have to do a little bit of arithmetic? But what if that's a good strat where, like, highest number at the back, lowest number at the front, the middle number in the middle? That's really good. And all you have to do is identify the numbers of the jails. But there's a lot of clutter. You have a lot of numbers. And then you also, people have ping. So what we did is we assigned the people with the worst, with the worst ping as either the lowest number or the highest number. So Annie, one of our healers, she's got high ping, so we've assigned her number 8. So she just always knows now if she gets if she gets jailed, she's going at the back. And then Denki, he also has high ping, so he goes at the front. He's a melee player, so it's like he's always number 2. So that it's like he's always going to be pretty much toward the front. The chances of him not being absolutely at the front is really low, is really, really slim. So that's what we've done. We've assigned numbers, and then we improved upon it by actually making it a macro, so that you don't, only the people with their jails flag up their number. So that reduces some of the clutter. So that's what we've come up to. Now, I'll be honest, I don't feel good about taking absolutely 100% full credit here on this one. I think this is more so a Final Fantasy thing that I've sort of been like kind of included in. Like, I've kind of gone, oh, what if we do this? And then we've just sort of optimized it from there, where people have gone, oh, there's too much clutter. Okay, well, hey, what if we assign this to a macro? And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, maybe that's a good idea. Like, it's been more so like that, but it's kind of been a little bit sort of teamwork there. So I don't want to take like full credit on that, Cook, but it was definitely sort of, I like helped piece it together. Absolutely. It's not like people just went, hey, Psy, here's a solution. You know, it's like I kind of helped kind of create the solution. So that was cool. And I knew that we were having problems, so it was more of a discussion point as well. Like, I knew it wasn't working. So, yeah. We've not had a single successful Titan jail yet. So we haven't had a single successful 3 jails in a row. But that's what we're going to start practicing. So that's what we're working on now. And yeah, and then the last thing that I have to say is, even if we don't wake Ifrit or Garuda, we can still wake Titan. So prog in general feels really good. Like, we're trying to wake Garuda every time for consistency. It doesn't happen, because I don't want us to slack off. If it doesn't happen, if we have a mistake somewhere, then it's like, okay, let's just continue. And that feels nice. It feels nice that it's like, okay, well, we can still get some Ifrit prog. And then if Ifrit goes to shit, it's like, okay, well, we can still get some Titan prog. So it feels like every pull, there's potential for something to be improved. And I really like that as a prog point. You know, we're also progging E8 right now. E8S, which is, you know, Shiva. And it feels very different as a prog, because it's like we only gain prog if we get to the next step. There is nothing that I'm progging earlier on in the fight. So I kind of like that. I'm kind of enjoying that as a concept of, like, there's always something. Every pull is an opportunity. Even with failures, we can still learn something. Whereas E8 is like, we wipe on Light Rampant 1. It's like, what happened? Well, people just played bad. Okay, go again. There's no sort of like, oh, well, at least we learned something. You know, so it's quite neat in that perspective, in that way, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying progging UWU and E8 at the exact same time, though you can tell it's probably breaking me down because I'm sick now. So I think high levels of stress are absolutely killing me here. But apart from that, you know, it's really good fun. Hopefully you guys like this weekly recap. I know they're a little bit long, but, you know, this is 16 hours-ish worth of content, so hopefully, you know, all kind of concluded up. Hopefully this is like fun insight for you guys to see. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this stuff, and anything else that you want to know about with my insights. And yes, thank you very much for watching. Love you. Bye.